right into the next one. Robbie Lawler versus Bryan Barberena.
Yeah. So Robbie Lawler last time he fought Nick Diaz, he won that fight. But I wouldn't say it was what?
It almost looked like they were sparring when they were in the cage.
Exactly. I wouldn't count that as a real fight.
Yeah.
And if you look at his fights before that, RDA absolutely dominated.
Absolutely.
He beat. He was beating the shit out of Ben Askren.
He was.
I'll give him that. Ben Askren didn't even land a strike.
Bulldog choke.
Colby took his soul.
Yes.
And
never the same.
Neil Magny had a pretty boring ass fight with him too.
Yeah.
In that one. And he didn't look overly impressive against Nick Diaz, who was 7 years away from the sport.
Right around there, yep.
Yeah, Bryan Barberena, they keep giving him these aging veterans to where he's squeaking past them. He beat Matt Brown in his last fight.
I think he did beat Matt Brown. Yeah, I like Matt Brown, but he did.
He did. I didn't want to admit it, but he did.
Yeah, he did.
I love Matt Brown, but same. Yeah, Bryan Barberena won that fight. I do like his striking. His takedown defense is pretty bad.
It is. He's so one-sided.
But Robbie Lawler is not going to take him down. I see Bryan Barberena being able to do his thing on the feet, probably win a 3-round decision.
See, this one's very tough because this is the first time Robbie Lawler will not be on a main card, I think, in his entire UFC career. And I saw him in an interview, and when he got axed from the main card to the prelims, and he sounded like he was angry. So I was like, maybe he's going to come out with and have something to prove, but he's honestly slowed down. He's 40 years old now. He's fought in the UFC for 20 years for the most part and faced top level competition.
He left the UFC and became one of the probably top 3 best welterweights outside of the UFC.
Right.
Came back. Had absolute wars with Rory McDonald. Had an absolute war with Carlos Condit. He has 2 of the most iconic UFC moments in my history of watching. The end of the 4th round stare down with Rory. And him and Carlos Condit both throwing everything they had and just throwing their arms up against the cage as the fight ended, just out of pure exhaustion. It was honestly amazing. But it pains me to say, but I definitely don't have Robbie Lawler in this fight. And he is, and Barberena is an underdog, so I'm gonna get up on that, man.
Yeah, Lawler's taken, like you said, he's taken a lot of damage, but he's still got a pretty iron chin. He's been knocked down 2 times in a 35-fight UFC career. Barberena, very fun to watch. Just goes out there striking, looking for wars. That fight against Vicente Luque was one of the most entertaining fights of 2019, in my opinion. He has 2 fight of the nights in his last 3 fights. His issue is super one-sided, like I said. Great technical, high-volume striker, but he's got 55% takedown defense. And he's been taken down 22 times in his last 4 fights alone. But he is very good at getting. He's got this uncanny ability when he gets taken down to get back up within 30 seconds or so. It's pretty wild. So he doesn't give up that much control time. The level of competition is vastly different here. Barberena is having close fights with Anthony Ivy, who's 8-6 pro record, and Lawler's out here fighting top of the top. So I'm actually going to go. Give me slightly Robbie Lawler. I think he really comes out there with something to prove in this one.
Interesting take. I like it.
Yeah. You like it? I like yours too, Dan. We're disagreeing. I'm going to go Robbie Lawler. Dan's going to go with Bryan Barberena. We're going to be right.